Have you ever had to think like a detective to solve a mystery where lives were actually on the line? Today's mystery takes us back to the Kurunegala era, recorded in the ancient texts of the Pansya Panas Jathaka Pota, the book of 550 Jathaka tales. The whole story started when the Buddha noticed his monks using pieces of natural bamboo to hold their sewing needles. These specific bamboo reeds were completely hollow inside, without the usual solid knots blocking the way. When the monks wondered aloud how these particular reeds grew this way, the Buddha began to share the story of the Nalapana Jatakaya. It turns out, even the most ordinary items, like a simple hollow reed, can hold incredible stories of ancient survival. Our story jumps into the distant past, where the Bodhisattva was born as a highly intelligent and powerful monkey king. He carried the massive responsibility of leading and protecting a sprawling troop of 80,000 monkeys across the vast wilderness. To keep such a huge group safe, he established one strict rule: do not eat any unfamiliar fruit or drink from any new water source until you have asked for my permission. The wilderness was deeply unforgiving. A single mistake with a poisonous plant or a hidden predator could wipe out hundreds of his followers in an instant. Setting clear, absolute boundaries is often the most effective way a leader can shield their team from harm. One blistering afternoon, the entire troop was exhausted and suffering from terrible thirst. Eventually, they stumbled upon a beautiful, crystal-clear pond in an unexplored part of the woods. Despite their agonizing need for water, the 80,000 monkeys stopped right at the edge. They remembered their king's rule and waited for him to arrive. When the king finally caught up, he didn't rush to drink. Instead, he carefully walked the perimeter, inspecting the muddy banks with the sharp eye of a detective. Right away, he spotted something alarming. There were clear sets of footprints walking straight down into the water. But there were no footprints coming back out. Every creature that had walked into that pond had never returned to the shore. Taking a moment to stop and look for what is missing can be the exact thing that keeps you alive. Realizing the danger, the king called out. The water began to churn, and the Udapar Rakasaya, a terrifying water demon, rose from the center of the pond. The ancient texts describe this creature in highly specific detail. He had a stark white face, a dark blue belly, and hands and feet the color of blood. The demon gloated, announcing a cruel ultimatum. The water belonged to him, and anyone who stepped into his pond to take a drink would immediately become his next meal. The Monkey King looked right back at the monster and made a bold promise. He told the demon his troop would drink the water, but they would not step foot in the pond, and the demon would go hungry. Standing firm and projecting total confidence against a massive threat buys the time you need to invent a solution. The king turned away from the water and walked toward the dense bamboo thickets growing nearby, plucking a single stalk. Holding the reed, the Bodhisattva performed a satya kriya, an act of truth. He called upon the immense power of his lifetime of accumulated virtues to enact a change in the physical world. Instantly, the hard, solid barriers inside the bamboo melted away, transforming the segmented plant into a perfectly clear, hollow tube. This miracle, a kalpastayaka pratiharyaya, was meant to last for an entire eon. Because of this one act, every bamboo stalk around that pond would grow naturally hollow for thousands of years. You don't always have to fight a monster head-on. Sometimes, the smartest move is to reshape the tools around you to bypass the danger entirely. With 80,000 hollowed-out reeds, the monkeys lined the muddy bank. They safely drank their fill using the long bamboo stalks as giant straws, never once touching the water. Furious and completely outsmarted, the starved water demons sank back into the depths of the pond. As the Buddha finished his story to the puzzled monks, he revealed that he was that very Monkey King in his past life. A leader's true strength lies in strategy and sharp observation. By pausing to study the tracks, the king secured the safety of 80,000 lives without a single drop of blood being spilled. And for the younger listeners, it shows exactly why the rules your parents and teachers set are so important. Those warnings are there to protect you from dangers you might not yet see. Thank you for joining us for this story.